Everything in this video is for general information and educational purposes only. Nothing presented constitutes financial product advice, personal advice, or a recommendation to acquire or deal in any financial products. Any examples are illustrative only and should not be relied upon as indicators of future performance, as past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
All right, everyone, just going to go through a few of the Liquidity Hunter strategy trades I took on Friday before the FOMC meeting minutes, or the Jackson Hole, and just because made some really good trades there. They were pretty simple setups, and just I was going to run through the logic just because I posted in my channel, and feel like I owe you something, considering yeah, just how to set these trades up and what to be looking for. So as you can see, I'm on the 30-minute chart. For this particular strategy, I try to stick to a few different things. So try to stick to 30 minutes. You can vary that a bit if you want. I've just found 30 minutes is a little bit more reliable and a little less risky when it comes to placing trades. But look, if you feel like you can drop down to the 5 minute or something like that and trade these, then that's fine. I have a separate strategy I use for lower time frames, so the 3 and the 5 minute charts. So this is not that strategy. So this is just the pure Liquidity Hunter on the 30-minute time frame. I also run alerts on the 15-minute, but yeah, once again, I'm finding I'm getting offside a little bit too often with those when there's sort of bigger moves. So I like to wait for the 30-minute. Doesn't happen as much. I'll get a lot of alerts and won't put a lot of trades on. But when you do have a few other confluences building up, then you can certainly get onto some good trades. And so that's what happened on Friday night. So just in context, I was, as I mentioned in my channel, I was looking for, like, the market is pricing in everything already. So expecting some bad news, or just being a little bit more hawkish and not really that positive about what they were going to do in the future. When I say positive, I mean positive for the markets. And just basically the way they had to revise the employment figures by such a large amount. I think that's really caught everybody offside and shows the economy was probably a lot weaker than what they thought. But for some reason, everybody was predicting that Power would come out and still be preaching some doom and gloom for some reason, and that they're not going to increase or not going to yeah, drop interest rates. So I was thinking the other way. I was thinking that it was already priced in, and any sort of even remotely good news might mean that we have you know, some sort of bounce. And so while I was waiting around for that to happen, we started selling off quite rapidly on a lot of coins. So when I started seeing this, I started looking into position myself. So I was looking at the majors on with the 3 and the 5 minute, and also was getting a lot of alerts coming in on the Liquidity Hunter. So 30-minute. So I at this point here, so after I finished doing my analysis on the 3 minute, the 30-minute chart gives you a little bit more time to reassess and click through, and it stops you from getting in a little bit too early. So I found that quite good. And of course, you know, you're missing out on the super high R trade. So you're not getting 45 Rs, you're getting 8 Rs. But look, at the end of the day, if you get more than a 3 R trade, then I think you're winning, and you can certainly lose a lot of trades, or get stopped out, I should say, on a lot of times, and still be making money if you're aiming for sort of higher R trades. So this is something I've found that does help me. So just in context, I wouldn't take every single trade that looks like this. It was because I was looking for longs. Basically, I was looking for thinking that we were going to have a bit of a bounce up as soon as that meeting started, and this sell-off was just happening into the hours beforehand. So once everything started selling off, I was then keenly watching the charts to see where we would get to and where I thought would be a reasonable position to take along. So basically, when we got down here, I was getting the alert. So you can see with the Liquidity Hunter indicator that these little symbols here are basically when the alerts occur. So this is the when they're green candles, it's the highest candle so far back. If it's just gets above this high vol trigger, then it'll be a blue candle. So that's the way I do it. Also incorporated in this is the cipher. So if we have the cipher as oversold as well, then we'll also get this. So we get oversold, RSI, and also the cipher. So that's why you get the OSC, because it includes the cipher. If it was just oversold on the RSI, you would just get the OS. So that's explained in the information on the Liquidity Hunter. Anyway, I'll get into how setting up the alerts as well. So before we start, if you want to set up the alerts for a particular coin, set the Liquidity Hunter up. I like to set this up. I've actually put these in my channel as well. So if you want to just copy this particular chart, I'll have it in my channel. And if for some reason it's not there or doesn't make any sense or something wrong with it, just ping me in the channel and I'll help you out. I'm always around. Basically, so the best way to set up alerts for anything is to click on it first. So just click on the name and it highlights it. Go over to your little alarm clock. Go into the alerts, hit the plus button. Oops, I'm in replay mode. Sorry. How about I just get out of there? I'll try that again. So highlight that, go to your clock, little alarm clock, hit the plus button. So in alerts, alarm clock alerts, plus button gets you in here. Because I selected it beforehand, it already has it there. If you don't do that or you forget, just come in here and select it. There's all the indicators I've got on this screen. Anyway, the best option is just the first one as usual with all my indicators, because this is the one that will include everything. I like to do that just so that there's the default options are easiest for everybody. If you want to play around with some of these other ones for particular situations, so yeah, say you just want bottom alerts or just the highest but without the cipher, or the just ones with the cipher. So if you have a particular coin that's giving you too much noise and you only want certain situations, you can adjust this yourself. But yeah, to be honest, I just set up the alerts myself as well. So that's so just click on that. Same as chart, that's fine. Once per bar. So it'll highlight when the conditions occur, even before the bar closes. So if you do get too many alerts and you want to be a bit more conservative, you can do the once per bar close. I recommend just doing once per bar. That works for me. That gives you a bit of a heads up before the bar closes as well. And sometimes the RSI will be oversold and you'll get the alert, but then as the candle plays out, it'll you get a big pin bar and it actually price moves up and actually pulls it out of the oversold area. So if you did once per bar close, you would miss that signal. So just want to just be clear on how that actually works, and that I think this is by far the best way to do it. So once per bar, you get a bit of a heads up before the candle closes as well. So that's the way I do it. Just and then just hit create. If you want to do it across if you've got premium trading view and you want to do it across a list of coins, you can go in here. Shortlist is just my ones I'm working with. So once I've done my analysis, I whack them in the shortlist. And but I have a whole stack of other ones here. So you can just make a list. I do have a list for the high-low churn, but it's a bit too many coins in there at the moment. I'm going to trim that down and probably just do the top 50 and make it a bit more manageable. Otherwise you had thousands of alerts going off and no way to address them all. So basically, yeah, you do the same thing. Alarm clock, hit the plus. Instead of selecting the coin, you select the your list that you have. So, and then Liquidity Hunter, same deal then, right? So that'll put that across all the coins that you have in that. So that's a good way to add it to a lot of things. Anyway, so let's move on from there. Let's go back to this screen because I had it all set up. All right, so the way the strategy works is I'm looking for strong levels. So this might be, it might be a VWAP level, might be a rolling VWAP level, might be a like a moving average. So maybe it's one of these fixed time frame moving average levels that we've got here, which is a fantastic indicator for any sort of, especially shitcoins. You can set up the levels here. Yeah, if you set the defaults on this, it's set to 100, 200. EMAs on the 4-hour and the daily. Start with those, see how they correlate. You can see straight away that we got a beautiful correlation there on the 1 and 2 hour 200 4-hour EMAs. So that's this is what this is for, pulling shit like that out of your ass. Anyway, yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, so that's a good example of how these EMAs can actually work. Sometimes you can see it's, geez, I should look at this all the time. I really hate that when I accidentally realise that I've been ignoring such things. Anyway, good example of things you can look for using the Liquidity Hunter as well to get you into a trade with a slightly higher probability than you otherwise would. And also, you know, you can combine the CS9 as well. You can see here we've got the CS9 triggering off there, giving you a sort of a topping signal as well there. It started chopping around there. It was a good time to get out. Anyway, so in this case, I don't think we had any other levels. I think this was just, let's go the monthlies and the weeklies, see what we've got. Yeah, so we've broken down under all these levels. Shit. And yeah, so monthlies and weeklies. So we broke down through that. So we just turn those off because that's not really helping us at all. So all we got here, we don't really have any correlations with any other levels, but we do have this this strong level where you're expecting that if anybody's gone long through this, they've had to put their stops somewhere, so there might be a significant amount of liquidity trapped under there, and that might be a hunting opportunity, and that's why it's called the Liquidity Hunter. As you can see in this case, we actually had open interest increasing there. So that would indicate that probably a lot of this trading volume might have actually been new orders coming in. So these people might have been actually people shorting coming in there. So the breakout traders have piled in there, increased the open interest quite sharply there. It's traded back through here. And I guess, as I said before, I thought the bearishness was already priced in. So these people obviously going with the narrative of, everything's doom and gloom and we're going lower. And so they've decided it was a good opportunity once we broke this level to pile in. And this is the classic trap traders. So these guys have all piled in there. You can tell that by liquidity increase there. Open interest increase. We've had the big high volume spike here. We got our trigger saying we've got that. Okay, and just while I'm here, we got a trigger beforehand. You can see it's a much lower volume, and the price didn't trade back above straight away. So you didn't get that pin bar. You didn't get the the liquidity stuff down in this this area here. So that's why and there's no level there either, right? So you need a reason to trade. Just because it was high volume doesn't mean that there's anything significant happening. So we need to just be careful of that. So you would have got the alert there. You would have had a look at this chart and gone, there's nothing there for me. So move on. Get the next alert, and then you see this playing out. Well, then there is something there for you to trade. So yeah, if we then so some other factors as well, you can see the RSIs down there at the oversold area. Our ciphers down here as well. The fixed time frame cipher. I've started using this on the 4-hour, so it gives me a bit better idea of where we are. So, like if we're right at the top here and we're trying to go long, it starts to add in a bit of negative bias there, sort of saying, well, like, why are we going long when the cipher's oversold? Overbought, and so that might not be a good idea. But down here, this or even under the 50% level, and it's gapping out like this, you can see there's a bit of movement happening. There's plenty of room for it to go up. So that's sort of just a bit of an extra confluence there. And you can see here I've got the multi RSI as well. So this is a bit of a new one I've thrown together recently. Just gives you all of the RSIs together. So we've got the 15-minute, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour, the 5 minutes in there as well. The 1 day and the 12 hours all jammed in there. So the way this is set out as well is that these tags don't necessarily line up exactly with the trace, because otherwise they'd be all jammed in there and you can't see anything. So I've basically just made them so they're all spread out like this, but they're in the order of which they exist. So you can see which color they are, and you can see the 15-minute is the lowest one in this case, then the 30-minute, and then the 1 hour. Anyway, let's move on. So in this case, yeah, as I said, looking for longs, got the sweep of the lows, got the trigger signal coming in, everything's lining up. So now I place a trade on that, and yeah. So what are we on Pith? Yeah, I'd have to go back and check. I don't think I put a great amount of money on this one, but yeah, it looks like I made a fair bit of money, a few $100s out of that, so that's not too bad. I kind of like decide at the time as to how big a trade I want to put on. So some of the other ones I'm going to go through next, Solana and Popcat. I actually put bigger amounts on, I think. But this is yeah, this is definitely a classic Liquidity Hunter setup, and as you can see, Powell came out and said some funny stuff, and straight away everybody's got excited. And as you can see, around this time, so this is Saturday morning here, we've got a bit of head and shoulders forming there. You know, it's coming into the weekend, which is always fairly low liquidity, low trading volume time. So yeah, we basically you know, decide to take profits here. So that's that's exactly what I did. And let's just have a look at this. So how many R's did we get out of that? So, you know, put your stop just under the bottom of the wick. You can go tighter if you want. I normally at least put it outside of the high volume profile, the point of control. Sometimes the price will return to the point of control, even go a bit below it. Depending on the coin as well. If you're trading real shitters, then look, there's not going to be a lot of market makers, a lot of people in there to hold that price up. So you just need to be careful with when it comes down, it can get absolutely trashed. So I think it was about 8 or 9 o'clock. I was reassessing all these trades on Saturday morning and just decided I was going to pull a pin on them. So that's an 8R trade there, even with a bit of a conservative edge on that wick. If you went in tight, that's 11.5 Rs. So that was pretty good. It sounds like I would have made a lot more money than what I told you about before. Anyway, I can't go back and have a look at that very easily. And most of the time I scale out on these. So I'll take probably 50% pretty aggressively out. Especially once we got up the top here, I was thinking, oh, I should take some profits here, right? So normally, if I had have set these up, I probably would have taken it out there. So I normally go back into the body of one of these candles. So you never want to just put it right at the top, because that top may not get swept. And you can see here that this main pump candle, if you had to set your take profit there, you would have made a nice 6R. You know, like, man, I'd love a 6R trade every day. I'd be a very happy person, but unfortunately, it doesn't always happen. But anyway, when you have days like this one, it's good to celebrate, actually, because I made about a dozen different trades and they were all very profitable. So very happy with that. But look, if you had to put that there, you know, fair enough, you missed out on another 100% a move, but you know, anything could have happened there. You know, that main pump there could have been it. Who knows what could have happened there. So I always like to be a little bit conservative. In this case, I actually set some pretty high take profits, because I was a bit confident that if it really shot, it was going to go hard. So I guess, yeah, just manage your own your trades there. Don't be too upset if you take profit early. As they say, no one went broke taking profit, so don't beat yourself up too much if you do take profit early and miss out on part of the move. That's just all part of the game. So that's that one. So just repeating, strong levels, whatever they are. I think the strongest levels are sort of order blocks and sort of these bottoms. We get a sweep when they're trying to either take liquidity out, or you get breakout traders piling in, and then the price reverses. You know, so I guess if you don't understand this, the idea with with the B profile and catching trap traders is that once they all pile in and the price starts moving against them, they are going to get stopped out at some point. So their stops are in here somewhere, and once it starts really really moving, their stops are going to get triggered at all sorts of crazy levels. So that's probably why all this got put in here. There was probably a lot of people putting in trades here, putting their stops up here somewhere. Then you've got, you know, a bit of slippage in between there because there's not enough liquidity in the books to take all those market orders coming in. And then yeah, obviously some people jumped on it as well and kept pushing it harder because this is all then probably just all organic people just coming in and driving the price. So you know, on the other side of this is also breakout traders, but they didn't get trapped. So just need to yeah, understand what you're playing with here. All right, let's go to another. XLM was another good one I did. Absolute cracker. And similar sort of thing, you know, like I was pulling out here more like 8 o'clock, so I didn't get the very top. But yeah, you can see same deal. We've got these strong levels from way back here. I'd say most of the liquidity was probably added in from this one, but you know, over as time goes on, it's less likely those ones further back are going to hold as much weight. But yeah, you can see here that we had a drop in liquidity, or the open interest. So that means there's probably more stops getting taken. There was an initial down. But same deal, strong level, coming down. I'm looking for longs because I'm biased long. We're in this sell-off, just, you know, single time pricing. It's just crushing down. We get the triggers, and yeah, same deal basically. Open interest changed pretty quick, and away we go. So yeah, don't really need to repeat that all, I think. And look, same thing happened with Solana as well. I think this one, I was getting ready. I thought we might actually come down here. So I actually put in, when we only got to here and reversed, I actually put in my stop really tight on this one because I moved it up because I thought we might just have another sweep down and take this level, because this obviously another level that we could have been taking, and we need to just be, yeah, careful of that. As you can see, I scaled out way too early on this one, but hey, I'm not crying over that. I can tell you that now. Yeah, I think Solana, I made a few $1,000s on that one, so yeah, you can't really you know, you can't win them all. So I would have been pulling out here, you know, Saturday, expecting that to roll over at some point. How does this actually play out? Yeah, maybe you could have let it run until we got the top signal here. So here we are, developing yearly value area high. Maybe you could have let that run a bit longer. I didn't want to be screwing around on the weekend, so that's why I did that. I was planning to actually go and do some stuff, hang out with some mates. So I wasn't really keen to be looking at the chart. So I sort of scaled out most of these short-term swing positions where, yeah, I'd put a lot of money in and was not really expecting it to carry on too much over the weekend. What other one? Let's say PopCat. Did I already do PopCat? No, I did XLM, didn't I? PopCat's similar. One thing you need to remember with sort of these memes and other shit coins is that they can go a lot deeper, run a lot harder. Like the volumes, you know, look at how many times higher this volume is on this candle here than the other one. So you just need to be a bit more cautious. The prices can move a bit harder, and you can get tagged with your stops. So you probably need to put your stops a bit wider on yeah, on the shitters basically. So basically we did get the pin bar there, and did it replay? So same deal. We didn't trade back above, so you know, you wouldn't hop into that one straight away. But you've got three high volume candles coming in here. This is obviously getting to the crescendo or the end point of it there, but that pin bar was at much lower volume, or significantly lower volume. Also got the CS9 there, TD9, so that was also another indicator. But look, if you had entered on this one and you left your stop a bit wider, which, as explaining before, there's less liquidity, so it's a good idea to not have your stops too tight on them. And so that then eats into your max R value, but yeah, it's no use being stopped out and then just missing out altogether. And once again, here we are, 8 AM in the morning. If I drop that in there, let's be a little conservative on that one. And we're still at 8R trade there. So there you go. Don't have to get too tight on these. Pith was another good one. I think I might have re-looked at that one before. And theta as well. So these are all ones that I got alerted to. Had a look. I did get a lot of other alerts, and you need to understand this as well, that I basically just go through the alerts and work out which ones were the best trades. So these ones all had, you know, some clear level, which had been swept. We were getting some sort of open interest change here. If I put the CVD on there, you would probably see CVD changing as well, pretty aggressively. You know, lovely little, you know, shooting star. Well, one of those morning star. You get the, it's not engulfing, but you know, you get the idea. We get those standard patterns that you do see all the time, but you're just adding the confluence of, you know, the ciphers in a good position, the RSI is oversold. Actually, this is a good example of the difference with the indicator. So this one has just the OS, so that just means that the RSI is oversold. You can see here the cipher wasn't. So yeah, I've just added the cipher into that indicator just because I was just really enjoying the correlation with the cipher and this Liquidity Hunter and the best trade. So in this case, I don't think I really cared that much in this case, but if it was some other circumstance, this would give me slightly less confidence, so maybe I would choose a slightly different positioning size for these ones. And yeah, that's about all. Anyway, recapping, Liquidity Hunter, set your alerts up, so click on it, go little alarm clock icon, hit the alert, you go in here, this is the log. So you can see I've got a few other alerts coming in here. Hit the plus symbol and then add your alert. I want to have a look at one of these live now. I'll have to get rid of the replay. So here we go, got the alert. We've got the sweep, that's a little bit ugly. Good volume though. But we didn't quite, cipher's not quite down there. This looks like the beginning of maybe a downtrend. If that had come down a bit deeper, maybe down to that level and gave us the same thing, I'd be probably considering it for a trade. This is just looking a bit too ugly at the moment. So yeah, that's how I'd analyze that. Look, I don't know which way this is going to go. Maybe it will go. There was quite a lot of volume traded in there for some reason, but it wasn't because of a liquidity hunt, and it wasn't because of traps. You know, this is volume coming in, so it's people most likely shorting at that point. So maybe they'll get caught offside, but maybe this is more likely just to go like that. So once we get down here, if we get another alert, then yeah, probably consider that. Let's see if I've got another example to show. Way too many alerts going on. Yeah, so another example of the alert, we can have a massive amount of volume coming in, but just wasn't really at a key level. We were here, but we didn't get the volume on the candle that we wanted. Volume came in there, pushed the price up. We want to see it down here. So yeah, once again, if we get that, that's what I'd be looking for. This is where I want to do business, not through all this shit, basically. TYT is the same. Yeah. So a bit of an example, you're going to get quite a few alerts, but not always actionable trades. But yeah, just getting the process of having a look at them, seeing what's happening. If I could define it more, I would. But yeah, it's a bit hard to know where these key levels are without looking at the chart, to be honest. And yeah, that's it. All right. Well, hope you've enjoyed that. And I'll throw up a few more examples as I trade them, just to get everybody in the swing of things. And yeah, we'll see how we go from there. Anyway, thanks for listening, and happy trading. If you enjoyed this content today, please smash the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. So if you want to learn how to trade and really master the markets, see the links down in the description below, where you'll find links to our premium indicator suite, our infamous premium Discord group, and the Market Mastery 3 training course, where you'll learn not only how to trade with our trading style and our premium indicators, but also get a well-rounded view of the macro economy and liquidity cycles.